So
I appreciate you meeting me.
yeah, perfect.
My Buddhism I came up through, introduced through Nichiren Buddhism with the Soka Gakkai
What is
out
that?
of Tokyo. Uh,
San Francisco.
yeah, it's big in, well, it's not very big. It's kind of small. They have about 2 million practitioners, and but the my uh, I, I I started my beliefs before I started studying Buddhism through Alcoholics Anonymous, and they teach that when you really listen to what they're saying, I really feel the author was a Buddhist because his ideas of uh, how important is it and those kinds of things. But anyway, so what I'm struggling with is during meditation or even finding a quiet place that I can meditate.
Yeah, in the beginning, it is important to find a quiet place, where you can meditate. So, I mean, you can come here anytime you want.
Okay.
But then the problem really starts, because the mind is still not quiet. And there you have to have a lot of persistence, endurance.
Amen.
I mean, we just have, whenever something is coming up in the mind, be it a thought or be it a memory, we replace it with something else, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably was taught anapanasati, I mean, attention on the breath.
Yes. Right.
I mean, if the mind is so busy, we think Buddha, 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 Buddha. Right? So if we think Buddha, we cannot think anything else.
Mm, mm, mm.
No. We can combine it with the breath if it is too boring. Put with breathing in and do with breathing out.
Yes.
And that should get the mind clear. Yeah. And the other thing that gets the mind calm easily is doing Chongqing, doing walking meditation.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we have a path of 30 meters. I mean, when you're here, every kuti has a walking path. Yeah.
Okay.
So you look at the end of the path, when you stand at the beginning of the path, you look at the end of the path, and then tell yourself, just this one path, I want to stay with the Buddha or with the breath, yeah. And at the end of the path, you just check. No, of course, the Buddha went away. So, and then you turn around and said, just this one. And you cannot not do this one path, just stay on the Buddha, yeah. And you do that, for an hour or for 2 hours, or however you want. Okay, you can come anytime, yeah. I mean, there's a nice introduction, yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, so, I I'll start my breathing, and of course that's what I'm paying attention to.
Yeah,
And then in between breaths,
yeah,
here comes something.
yeah,
Something
yes,
natural.
of course, yeah. I mean, you were thinking, you were thinking all day long, and in the night you were dreaming. Yeah, I mean, huh? This has become a habit.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And so we have to, just like AAA, yeah, we have to break that habit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is not easy in the beginning.
Yeah.
You still want, the alcohol or whatever it is. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even smokes. I quit that.
And that,
Yeah.
that doesn't really matter because it doesn't change the state of the mind, smoking.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But it used to be my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one can be addicted to, I mean, if you see it is, too big of a thing, it's fine. You don't have to stop, yeah. But a lot of people just smoke, because, I mean, it doesn't matter to me, yeah.
Yes.
This is not important, smoking or not smoking. The
Sure.
important thing is, keeping the mind steady, steadfast with the Buddha or with the breath. Right? So when you see these things coming in, then your attention on the breath is not very strong. Yeah? That's why use the Buddha. Yeah? Buddha, 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 Buddha. Yeah? Or then use it with the breath. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. So you have two attention on two things. And then less things are coming. Yeah? And if you do walking meditation, the chitta or the heart, that produces all these thoughts and memories, has to do the walking, and the rest of it, you can control much easier.
Peace of mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe that. Walking is very good for me.
But don't look left, don't look right, just look 1 meter ahead of you.
Yeah. Okay.
And still stick with the Buddha or still stick with the Buddha.
So just keep sticking with.
I mean, we learned to walk. How long did it take?
Yeah.
It's a training.
Yeah.
It's a mental training. We learn to read. We learn to write. It's all a mental training, and just the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean. Yes, in the beginning everything is difficult. Yeah.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
But when you have children, you probably have children, no?
I have grandchild.
Yeah. I mean, you see when it starts to learn to walk,
Oh, goodness,
I mean,
yes.
it gets up, it falls over, it gets up, it falls over. It
Yeah.
doesn't give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the older we get, the easier we give up. And this is something we have to, we really have to tune to it. Yeah? Where's my Buddha or where's my breath?
Yeah.
The moment I realize I'm not with the breath, not with the Buddha, I bring it back. Yeah. And over the time, I mean, sometimes it takes a long time, but we are just not disheartened. Yeah.
Yes.
We just bring it back. No matter. Yeah. We see it like thieves, who run away with our heart. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
And-
So bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. That is the most important thing. Yeah.
Right.
Not so much to push it, to bring the mind back to the Buddha or to the breath.
Yeah. Because I get real critical of myself.
That is also the kilesas who try, to divert your attention. Yeah. Think about it.
Yes.
It's a thought. This has nothing to do with me, Buddha. Yeah? Just replace the thoughts with this.
Okay.
It is not. Some people say this is suppressing. No, it is not suppressing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Right.
We actually do it all our life. Yeah? I mean, we see a heap of shit. Yeah? We don't want
Yeah.
to look at it. We look at something nice.
That's right. Yeah.
We don't suppress
Or
the shit.
bury it.
Oh, bury it. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, so many things are buried in our heart that we didn't want to look at.
Oh man.
Because this we suppressed. We didn't want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in meditation, we just put our attention onto something else.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the whole trick.
So, and I have to, my journey started with Christianity,
Yeah.
and when I was 23 years old, 25 years old, I quit going to the church, and then slowly, but I didn't have anything to replace it,
Mm.
so alcohol was a good friend, and so I just used that for a long time.
Johnny was your best friend.
Huh?
Johnny was your best friend.
Yes, he was. And Mr. Bud. Yeah. Yeah, and and that's interesting because, when you get sober, nothing changes on the outside. They still put the liquor out on where you can just grab one, and then and it told me this too shall come to pass.
Yeah. Yeah. But you had to train hard, to not to give in to the desire. Yeah.
Yes.
And the same thing is we have to train hard not to give in to the desire to think, and any kind of thought. I mean, criticism is a thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we love to do that. If we don't criticize ourselves, we criticize others.
Yes, of course.
Yeah? So stop it. I mean, you see it, yeah? See it coming, yeah? And then replace it. Yeah?
Okay.
And that is, it takes a time, but it takes a lot of effort, yeah? Endurance, yeah?
Yeah.
And patience. It will not, I mean, so what, let's go back.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
So what? Let's go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell ourselves, oh, we can't do it. Yeah. Because that is not true.
Mm.
Whatever we want to do, we can.
I've proved that to myself so many times. We used to race motorcycles out in the Mojave Desert, and we'd go 100 miles.
Yeah.
And we just followed the signs or the smoke or whatever. But I accomplished that.
Yeah.
And so I can change it because as you're going along, there's, from every movement that you make, the rotation of the tire, there's something else that's around.
Yeah.
And you go by the same thing again and you realize new things.
Yeah. But you have to put attention. Yeah? If your mind goes up, when you race a motorcycle, if your mind goes out too far, you crash.
Yes.
You do have to pay attention to what is happening right now.
Yeah.
If you see something, and the mind is too long with that, you crash.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. Yeah.
Oh. My first race, I crashed 9 times. I was 13, 14 years old. Didn't bother me, I just picked the motorcycle up and went again.
But with 30, it bothers you.
Yeah.
Because with 14, 15, we don't have any fear of anything.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes. And, one of the things that is that death has no hold.
What?
Death,
Yeah.
as I get older, I think more about it. Whereas before, okay, so that might be the end. Okay, then that's going to be the end.
But now we think about it.
Oh, yeah. I'm 73 years old, and and my mom was 92, and she gets around. Barely.
Yeah, but death is only the death of the body.
Yes.
And it's what we call, the Christians call it the soul, but it's not appropriate. Yeah, we call it the chitta. Once the body dies, it is like, if your car wrecks, you cannot use it anymore. You get out of the car and buy a new car. Huh?
Yes.
Because the car and the driver of the car are two different things.
Yeah, Jack.
And it's the same with the body. When the body dies, the chitta or the heart goes out and finds a new body.
Yeah.
And depending on how much money you have, you get a good car or no car or a bad car.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. Worry about where you're going.
Yeah, what I'm doing right now.
What you're doing right now, and until the end, and especially in the moment of death, it is important, to have your sati, to have your awareness, what is going on,
Sure.
Otherwise, you just follow the big karma, the big stream, and don't see the other side roads,
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You can come anytime you want, and stay here.
Okay.
Maybe stay here only for a day and go back in the evening,
Okay.
or stay overnight, whatever you want.
Okay. And what would I do? What would I do? Would I come to this building? all the
Yeah.
time?
Yes. Somebody will receive you.
Sure. Okay. So if I just want to do quiet meditation, I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just find out.
You're not that far from me.
What?
This is not that far from where we live.
Where do you live in Udon, but where in Udon? Close to the airport?
No. Nongwasal.
Nongwasal?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
Close
Udon.
by.
Yeah, that is just 50 minutes.
Yeah.
You can go with your motorcycle.
motorbike. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.